Hello, hello, and welcome, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your healing twin flame read for mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless. A day off schedule, but I had some technical difficulties that are actually being repaired as I am doing this. It's taking a long time, but it's all getting fixed. So I'm very, very happy and honored to be serving you last read of the Healing Twin Flame series. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Pisces moon, yay! And the archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. And thank you, my subscribers, for your support, right? We're getting there little by little. I know my next logical goal should be 2,000 subscribers, but I'm really shooting for 30,000 so that I can do the membership thing and put the extended reads all in one place instead of jumping them over to Vimeo, which is what I am doing for this series. And it seems like I'm just going to do this for the Twin Flames and the Soulmates once a month, because it's 24 readings in a week, and it's really hard for me to take clients with all of that. I know people are cranking them out like that every day, but not with my workload as president of a company and all that jazz. So I really do appreciate if you are new to my channel, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I do have goals. I am a Virgo. I was born on a full moon, a Pisces full moon in September. So support your fishy brother, right, my Myrrh family? Myrrh. Okay, let's get down to business. This is a general read, right? Like all of them are on YouTube. We might as well just say it's a YouTube read because they're all general, right? For mid-September, mid-October 2020 in terms of a twin flame contract. Now, there are links in the description box below. I have to say this every time because my definition of twin flame and soulmate are different from the majority, actually, of what's going out there. But my definition is based on the work of Matt Kahn, K-A-H-N. I'm very pro-Kahn. Chaka, Madeline, Matt. Right, those are the Kahns. And if any other ones come along, I'll think about it. Not so much Kubla and Genghis. They were bad boyfriends. I remember. I have the past life memories. Brothers. You know, what are you going to do? Competitive. But that being said... it's also timeless whenever you come across this, but the main difference between a twin flame and a soulmate is the foundation. The foundation of a soulmate is you help each other heal. The foundation of a twin flame contract is you teach each other how to heal yourself. Now, I know that doesn't seem like much of a difference, but it's huge, the difference between those two things. You have more than one twin flame, more than one soulmate, right? They can take any form, any shape, because there are agreements written into this life before you incarnate, right? It's sort of like going to the gym and saying, well, this time in the gym, meaning the entire incarnation, you're going to work your glutes. Right? So you incarnate into a body that works on its glutes. Pain in the ass that it is. So go check out those links. Just easier than me explaining it here again. Rather, let's get down to the reading itself. Now, we're going to do Divine Feminine on this side, Divine Masculine on this side, because it is a contract read. I was raised by a lawyer, so I'm pretty good at scanning contracts, right, since birth, pretty much. So it doesn't matter what gender you are. We're only doing 13 cards, right? So by the end of this reading, you should have an idea. If this is your reading, I'm talking to a Pisces. You'll know within the first maybe 5-10 minutes of the actual cards hitting the table if this is your reading or not. And then certainly check your other signs because you have more than one twin flame contract, learning how to heal yourself, hence the healing twin flame contract read. Is that about it? You know, all the decks that I'm reading are in the description box below. Please do focus on your breath, as will I. Stay in the present moment. The guidance and the grace flows easier through me when I do it, and I notice in my clients when they're breathing, it's easier for them to sense what's going on in the present moment in their energy field within their own body, right? Be here now and all that jazz. Let's get up in this gig. Here we go. Take a nice deep breath. And if I'm forgetting anything, I'm sure my guides will remind me. Because that's an awful lot of preamble before reading, but here we go, my collective pantheons. I'm excited for this one. I really like the twin flame reads this time. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, particularly the ascended masters of soul contracts, The Twin Flame Department, the Twin Flame Bureau, please, I need 2 cards, one for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine, in this Piscean. Ooh, there we go. Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Twin Flame contract, mid-September to mid-October or timeless. Please, my collective pantheons. Who is the Divine Feminine? What is Caroline Myss archetype cards? What is the soul power, the piece of the soul contract, the archetype being alchemized from lead to gold in this fiery twin flame Pisces relationship? Who is the Divine Feminine? Oh, that was 2. No. Send it around again if that's the one. It's a little humid in here. I had on the AC before, but you can't hear as well with it on when I record. So there you are, Divine Feminine. Think it's like that one. Who's the Divine Masculine in this Piscean twin flame? There we go. Remember, this is supposed to be triggering this part. There's shadow and light. If you like, you could say lead and gold, toxic and healthy. Who are we dealing with? You're freaking kidding me. Okay, my Pisceans, we have got the Divine Feminine Witch archetype. Now, I know you probably can't see the writing on this card because I wrote it in. Caroline had these decks designed with a bunch of blanks, right? And there's no witch archetype in this deck, and I am a witch. So we will talk about this in a minute, but a Divine Feminine Witch is sort of an easy peasy. Except the Divine Masculine is the guide archetype. Now, the thing is, they're both the Divine Family archetype. Well, I see the Witch as the Divine Family archetype, although obviously could be the Wisdom Family archetype as well. But for me, I'm a mystic witch. So you can go back and forth between the divine and the wisdom on this, and I think the same is true of the guide. Actually, I don't remember verbatim what Caroline Myss said about all of it, but it's a very it's a power couple, and it's a spiritual power couple. Like these are, unless this is like a literal guide, right? Like someone who you hire to guide you through something different than a teacher. Very, very interesting. So come on, the shadow attribute of the witch, we know. You're using your power and your wisdom in a way that's toxic, that you don't want anybody to know about. Now, it doesn't mean a witch can't have secrets. Ooh, we are secret keepers, right? Particularly if you have a mystic side to you. Mystic is different than spiritual. Not going into that here and now, but for Pisces, you should know. It's been said the 2 fishes of Pisces are the mystic and the addict. Just saying, right? Something to look into at some point. But we know the Wicked Witch, right? It's someone who uses their power and their experience to the detriment of themselves or others. Now, I will say you could talk about hexing and cursing and all of that stuff. But, a lot of that stuff is the same as protection, and banishing, honestly, is a form of blessing. So it's all about your direct experience of things, and witches usually have their own unique individual connection to the divine, which is definitely, for me, more of the light side of it, right? Using the inspiration, right? Like the card of the magician in the Daughters of the Tarot, it's the card of the witch, right? Taking the divine inspiration and manifesting it into form. But the witch learns from it, and I'm sorry, witch to me is a job title as well. It's like saying shaman. Like, I won't claim the word shaman for myself because I think that word has been put on things that are not necessarily valid in terms of the tradition. But I'm a Virgo. I'm a stickler for those kind of things, right? It's like, I'm probably not Native American. I never had my 23andMe done. You know what I mean? There's some cultural appropriation going on there that I don't think is necessary. I'm a witch, right? So whether you identify as a witch or not, the Divine Feminine here could very well be going through a twin flame contract here that is making her wiser and more powerful, which ultimately is the point of a twin flame contract, the evolution of the soul. The guide, as the Divine Masculine, though, the shadow attribute, this actually has writing on it, the shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. I have never turned people away because of money. Financial gain and control. And control over who? My cats? Not even that, darling. But the light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Now, all all archetypes can play themselves out in different ways. Reason, season, or lifetime, or if you prefer, eau de toilette, cologne, and perfume, right? So it's going to play itself out differently for everybody, but we all go through periods in our lives, lessons, if you like, transformations, if you wanna, where our relationship to our guidance is the most important thing, particularly in terms of chaos, which is often divine order, moving us inward to tap into our own inherent guidance. I know saying that to a Pisces is silly. You guys know that. That's sort of our thing. I'll claim that as a Pisces moon. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 5 cards from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Bam. And we're going to take 5 cards from the Mythic Tarot. Bam. And get the 5 elements: fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Hopefully, by the end of these 10 cards hitting the table, you will have an idea which one you are, although I think with the Witch and the Guide for a Pisces, it could still be a little vague. You'll have a better sense of this, and if you're really feeling it and it's really speaking to you and you want more, we're going to get at least another 12 cards on the table in the extended after this 13. Cool. Take a nice deep breath. My goddesses of the divine feminine throne of Pisces. Artemis, Diana, Circe, my Amazon, my mother, and my sorceress. Please rise up through these cards and tell us what we need to know for this divine feminine witch archetype in this Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless. 5 cards, element spread. What is her element of fire? What is her element of earth? What is her element of air? Yep. What is her element of water? Thank you. And what is her element of spirit, the point of view or the voice of the soul who has chosen to play the role in this life, and on some level has to have agreed to the contract. And if you haven't, you might want to, because the only way out is through. All right, there's our divine feminine. By the way, I'm going to say her and him just to keep it, or he and she, just to keep it straight in my head. It's just, if you knew me, you'd know I've been female more than male in my reincarnational resume, apparently. So yeah, gender's not that big of a deal to me, honestly. I had transgender people in my life. I don't know about my whole life, but my whole adult life. So there you have it. Nice deep breath. Because I'm the fun one. I am a being of unconditional love, but not unconditional boundaries. Yeah. Come touching my stuff without permission. You're gonna get the claws. Breathe. The fins? I don't know, Pisces, please. Oh my gods, that feels really good. My gods, my divine masculines. I'm kind of feeling this divine masculine here. At least the collective of them. Please, same thing. 5 cards. Element spread for this divine masculine guide archetype in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Twin flame contract. Mid-September to mid-October 2020, or timeless. Please, what is his element of fire? What is his element of earth? I'll explain what these elements read if you're new, what these mean if you're new to the channel. What is his element of air? Oh, it feels like there were a couple of options there, and that happens in tarot. And what is his element of water? We would think with the guide archetype, if there's an intuitive piece of that, because everybody's got intuition. Everybody's got intuition. It's not a gift, it's a skill. Everybody's got it. What is the point of view of the soul here? The card of spirit. There we go. All right, now, element of fire. As I said, if you're new to the channel, let's do a little elemental education. What do they burn for? What do they yearn for? What do they want in this contract? Oh, fuck. Okay. We are off to a big start. but at totally opposite ends of the spectrum. The Divine Feminine wants the Ace of Blades, a new communication, a new way of looking at things, a new download, right? That Piscean coming into the crown chakra, right? Some sort of new way of seeing this. Of course, that can be triggered by a message coming in of some kind, as an ace would be. It's a seed, but it's a seed of air, seed of thought. So what's going on in there in her element of air should be interesting. Gird your loins, ladies, because we got the 10 of Cups. He wants the 10 of Cups. This guide wants the 10 of Cups with the witch. Not just touch her stuff. Love her and kiss her. you really like her. You want to kiss her. I love Sandra Bullock. If she's not a Virgo, she sure should be. Maybe she should have her own sign, the sign of the Bullock. What's the element of earth? What do they have, right? Whether physically tangible or not, something that they have to help them get what they want, the fuel that feeds the fire, right? Like the candle that lights the flame. Now, 3 of Blades. Usually I don't take this as a card of heartbreak because I always say this, that would be an element of water, not an element of air. But we've got 2 elements of air on the table here so far in the fire and in the earth. So I'm going to go with what's written on the card here, what Fiona Morgan has printed on here, the word of focus. Because even if you look at the traditional 3 of Swords right away, right, from the heart's not broken, it is pierced, but it is to get to the heart of the matter. And that's what I'm feeling here. What she's got is her ability, her skill to get to the heart of the matter. What the disc's going on? Granny Weatherax, right? What the fuck is going on? Like, what's the bottom line here? And that might be an ongoing process, right? Mystery, right? Where the witch, a wise witch doesn't expect all the answers to show up. I have this agreement with my guides. If I'm not supposed to know it, I don't want to know it anymore. Show me what I need to know as I need to know it, and I will do my best. Right? Because I've had the crap kicked out of me. Even divination is not going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Otherwise, there's no journey. Day 1, Luke Skywalker. By the way, he's your dad. Move on, right? No movie. No series, right? They don't tell you everything. The gods don't do that. You came into this world. You wanted to come into this world. You just didn't get to choose the lifetime is what I'm getting on all of this, right? So, of course, they're not going to tell you everything. Otherwise, it's not a game. Or you forget it as you come in. We'll find out when we croak. The Divine Masculine has the card of Temperance here to get this 10 of Cups. So we're talking about patience. We're talking about healing, we're talking about balance, and really we're talking about a gradual transformation. Tempering steel. You know, I have to say, my basic metaphor for decades for the card of Temperance has been how they make swords, right? They pour the metal and they have to temper the metal. Then I've been using the cooking one of like tempering eggs, which if you don't want scrambled eggs in your sauce, in your whatever, your custard, you don't really want it to curdle. So you have to add the warm liquid gradually and stir it in, tempering it. Same thing with chocolate, right? Tempering chocolate. I mean, I'm not a chef. I'm a cook. My mom taught me how to cook. I don't want to be a chef. I love cooking. But now I've been watching these restoration videos on YouTube where they take like gigantic meat cleavers that are all like disgustingly rusted and corroded, and they restore them and they dip them in fluid with electrodes on it and it fries the rust off of it. It's like, but it takes time, right? And they buff it down, they sandblast it. Oh, there's this one guy, I guess he's Swedish, I don't know, Awesome Restoration, something like that. Tattoo sleeves, he's amazing. They're very, very, they're very symbolic. I'm like, I've been through that. I've been dipped in acid and electrified to burn off what no longer served you. With me? Watch some of them. They are fascinating, right? So that's the place of Temperance. Gotta go through this. Now, remember, this is a healing twin flame thing. So this is the healing that they have to do while she's got to get to the heart of the matter, right? We're off to for only 6 cards down, it's electrifying. Leave John Travolta out of it, though, for right now. He'll need to know if he needs to know, just like so will I. What they have in the element of air. we got another air card for the Divine Feminine here. Six of Blades. Manipulation. Now, not necessarily manipulation of another in that way, that power over dynamic, right? We immediately enter through the shadow side of that word, manipulation, and it's understandable. On planet Earth, it's wicked understandable right now, but seeing it differently. Getting to the heart of the matter and what's going on, element of air to element of air, to element of air, is she's turning it around in her mind. This can be therapy. This can be counseling. This can be... There's another card in the deck that has the word meditation. Actually, it's the Seven of Blades in this deck, which is better than that sneaky version that we have in every other tarot deck on planet Earth. But if you think of the traditional Rider-Waite, right? The gondola, right? Going from choppy waters to smooth. So definitely there's a mental balance and healing going on here, getting to the heart of the matter. Remember, this is a witch. She might very well have been handed she might have very well been handed a challenge and said, all right, who cares? I don't really die. Let's do this, right? What do I gotta learn? Where's the gift in this, right? Thank you for this gift. Now show me what it is if you can, right? Because he's got the Page of Swords. He's thinking about reaching out and communicating. And I always want to say this, it's an immature communication, but that doesn't mean childish, right? Oh, a caterpillar is an immature butterfly. Boom. There you go. Right? You can't race to be a butterfly, right? And apparently inside the cocoon or the pupa or the chrysalis, whatever you want to call it, those are different things, moth and butterfly, thank you. They liquefy in there. Right? Hello, talk about a temperance process, right? Although that's really more death and rebirth, the death card. So there is at least thinking about making some move of communication. Now, I would have to think I guess we can all want 10 of Cups with somebody at first sight, but remember, we're dealing with a guide here. This might be something they're going through for a season, if not a lifetime. In other words, you can have an archetype and not have it be there your whole life. I've been a witch my whole life, really from birth. My first coven were just 5 of us, Carol, Paula, Flap, and Sherlock. Look it up. This is a very, very hot reading, although, I mean energetically. Is this romantic sexual? Can you want 10 of Cups with a family member? That I'm going to leave up to you, because that can play itself out, right? Now remember, you really can, in a twin flame contract, help each other heal or give yourself the love that you want. It doesn't mean there's not love here. But there's a transformative process in place where you're teaching each other how to heal, giving yourselves the love that the other can't give you. Again, watch those links in the description box. What's going on here emotionally? Come on, we're dealing with a water sign on either one or both sides. Well, I'm really digging this Divine Feminine Witch. Maybe I'm in this reading. We've got the card of Justice, Ma'at. She's feeling it. She's feeling the balance. She's feeling her part of the karmic contract, if you will, is being balanced, right? Matt Kahn says all you need to do to complete, I forget if he says complete or fulfill. They're not exactly the same thing in lawyer language. All you have to do to complete or fulfill, I don't remember which, is to survive it, right? If you can survive it, you did what you were supposed to do, thumbs up, keep going, so then you can look at how many twin flames you've actually survived in your lifetime. But emotionally, that also does say coming into emotional balance. This is not somebody who is emotionally or mentally imbalanced. I am. Particularly with this card of mental balance in the air. Come on. I'm digging this witch. Witch? Wark! And over here, he's feeling the victory, the 6 of Wands. So we've got 3 6s on the table. So if these two have had the trauma before, because certainly twin flames can be traumatic, then the healing is underway. At least he's feeling that victory within himself, maybe overcoming some obstacles. Now, the 6 of Wands in this deck is of Jason and the Argonauts. Here he has the Golden Fleece, but it's only a 6. He has to get it back, right? He has to get it back home. So there has been some internal victories going on here, which I said, for a guide, I was interested to see what their element of water would be in terms of that intuitive guidance. Now, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. That sounds kind of hallmarky. Oh, the divine is in everything. It is, but they represent it, right? They're experiencing it directly and sometimes without knowing it. That's the tricky part here. So any interior victory with somebody who has the guide archetype is being guided through it. I mean, we all are, but this is almost about confronting the guidance that is being given to them by the divine, not just their past, which is what the mind does. It looks to the past and tries to fit it into the future, right? If you don't heal the past, your future becomes, if you don't deal with the past in the present, your future ends up looking like your past, right? This is not a punishment. This is called the compassionate return of the universe. Gary Zukov, Seat of the Soul, so that we learn, right? Because you don't want to let a 4-year-old drive a Mack truck. It's like you have to learn and grow and get there, learn your lessons. So let's have a look-see-dooksy. What is, I think, the most important in any of these is the card of spirit, the culmination of all of it, or if you like, the point of view or voice of the soul. Oh, man, you've got the Empress and the Ace of Cups. All right, I'm going to say it. This might be a true love contract. To me, a true love contract is a third entity. That I don't know, I'm the only person who's tuning into this, but this seems to be my take, or at least what I'm here to share. A twin flame that transforms into the healthier aspects of a soulmate. So it's not really a twin flame and it's not really a soulmate. It could be a true love contract, because the course of true love never did run smooth. They're horrible, but they're wonderful. They implode duality in the relationship themselves. This is what I call, as the true lovers come together, we have the Legion of Lovers. Now imagine, let's pick a number. 144,000. Everybody likes 144. Imagine 144,000 of these couples coming together in the romantic sexual context. Lifetime after lifetime, right? Suffragette, slave, right? Industry worker, mother, father, all these lives over and over and over again, coming together with the same soul over and over and over and over again, just to get the romantic sexual healing stuff done, just to manifest. We got the Empress here. The Empress is often seen as the wife, right, of an emperor. He's got the Ace of Cups. Are you kidding me? Feeling this right here. This which is connection to the goddess, and I will say more the mother than the maiden or the crone, is high right now, maybe even being an embodiment of. What would it be like to draw down the full moon? My Pisces would do it all the time. Not all the time, obviously, when it's full moon. And you can't say, well, it's full moon somewhere. No, it doesn't work that way. My God, the healing that is available and or already going on here for this Divine Feminine, a little off the charts. And they both have really strong major arcana cards. In when I pop up the picture at the end, you'll see it. Temperance and the Mother. This is something that, and Justice. This is definitely something that takes time to manifest. But it feels like it's wicked guided and the gods are involved. Whatever you call the gods. Ace of Cups. The soul is kind of saying to this Divine Masculine, you want the 10? How about you express the 1, you Divine Masculine? What's your guidance saying? Are you going with or against your guidance? Look, life is a risk. Step out of bed. It's a risk, especially if you live with cats. Oh, cat barf. Hairball. Ooh, stinky squishy, right? Life is risk. Every day is the Fool, and every day is a winding road, but we get a little bit closer. Digging this very much. Now, I'm going to say we're only getting one more card down, right? I said there would only be 13 for YouTube. There are at least another 12 coming in the gotta get the book out of there, in the Vimeo, in the extended on Vimeo. So if you don't know who you are by now, I mean, they're not that similar. This is the Healing Mantra card from the Ascended Masters of Soul Contracts, the Twin Flame Bureau, if you like, contingent. They're like lawyers. guides and lawyers, advocates. Thank you. I like that word better. Whoever's watching this, whoever uses this mantra, it will help them heal. Now, if this is the quantum entanglement of a true love contract, however, well, let's just see what hits the table, shall we? And then we'll jump over to Vimeo after I pop up the picture and give you a blessing. Breathe. Oh, my ascended masters of soul contracts, twin flame advocates, please. One card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for this divine feminine witch and this divine masculine guide in this? Hey, Piscean collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, twin flame contract, mid-September, mid-October 2020. Or timeless. Or timeless. Feels like this is going to go down more in October, isn't it? Please, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for these two? Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. It is safe to be in my body. And you can say, what has that got to do with anything? Quite a lot. Grounding your energy is about often, it's not that if you're not grounded, you're not going to manifest. You manifest all the time. You're just unaware of it. Really, you do. Psychologically alone, the stories we tell ourselves are manifestations that affect even our body chemistry depending on the thoughts and emotions, right? Adrenaline, cortisol, endorphin, right? You with me? So there's something here about being in the body that certainly is going to make manifestation a bit smoother. I don't know if easier is the word, but maybe simpler is. So it is safe to be in my body. You know, it's an interesting take on it. When your energy is grounded, you are no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after potential future outcomes, right? For this temperance to take place, it's gonna take time on the part of the divine masculine. So really important for the divine masculine to start grounding some of this. And honestly, for the divine feminine, with the Empress card in the soul, it's an earth card. To me, it's Demeter's and Mawu, the mother, and oh, I forget, is she Orisha? I just can't remember at the moment. Please forgive me if I can't remember every god and goddess in every pantheon. They don't mind. You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities no matter how you are perceived or received by others. Why? Because you're feeling safe in your own body. You're being authentic. Both of you need to do this. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax as your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. This is twin flame straight up. It's about being grounded within yourself. It is safe to be in my body. Yeah, sure. Look at the time we're in. That's got to be a stressor. 2020 just got to be a stressor emotionally for my Pisceans at least, right? Whoever the other is here, whoever the twin is, might be going through something similar. I mean, I'm not seeing, the only water I'm seeing is on his side, right? So, and is there any earth cards here? Really, aside from, like I said, the Empress, which to me is Venus, which is Taurus and Libra, right? Get grounded in your body. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts, releasing addictive behavior, and finding stability. Let me pop up the picture. I mean, I feel like for the majority of you, there is a long road behind this and a long road ahead. But don't get too freaked out by how far or how long you have to wait. Just briefly look over your shoulder and see how far you've come in your own personal growth and development as a result of this twin flame contract, and you'll get a perspective of this, of both wisdom and guidance, for sure. All right, let's pop up the picture and see the whole thing. Magic clap. We, again, have the divine feminine witch archetype. And the shadow, it is the wicked witch, right? It is the one who uses her power, her wisdom, what she has learned viscerally through experience to, what? Destroy, devastate, or even if it's not that, right? Because you may want to be able to destroy a cancer cell. So let's look at that creation, destruction thing, renewal and erosion a little bit differently. If the witch is working the wheel of the year and the cycles of the moon, she knows about waxing and waning, right? But more so, if you wouldn't want someone to know that you're doing it, if you would be ashamed, embarrassed, terrified that anyone would find out, that's the shadow attribute of anything, but particularly for the witch, there's some manipulation in there, and we have the manipulation card on the table there, so manipulating somebody without them knowing it, which on some level I'm not so sure that can happen in fifth dimension anymore, so much as influence, right? We can all influence each other, lead or gold. So then the light attribute of the witch, you could say, is putting that hard-won wisdom into their lives, incarnating it, which I think is more the case here with that Empress card. Is literally giving birth, right? This is about giving birth to perhaps a new life, fertility, a new relationship, or a relationship moving to a more committed and creative stage. And that would make sense that the witch, you know, what does she want? She wants this new beginning, or at least she wants this communication, thought, idea that comes in. She wants to see this differently, or have a brand new take, I guess, which is saying the same thing, or a new mental experience, maybe to see the wisdom that has already come here and what you can do. Three of Blades, get to the heart of the matter. If there is heartbreak here, right? And again, heartbreak can happen in any form of relationship. It's not exclusive to romantic, right? A parent can break a child's heart and vice versa, siblings and all that. Regardless, get to the heart of the matter. And I see she's doing that with the Six of Blades, right? Bringing that into balance, whether this is, you know, journaling or rite of confession to a counselor, to a minister, to a friend, right? Any of that, kind of getting that Six of Blades mental balance, and feels like she's really there or in those final places. And keep in mind, the Six of Blades or Six of Swords comes from the Five, right? Which is usually a card of internal mental conflict or arguing with another. But in the element of water there, we've got our first major arcana card of Justice, Ma'at. Her heart has been weighed on the scales of Ma'at against the feather and found to be balanced. And I am feeling that, like there is a balance and a just here. A justness is what I mean, like a justice, that there's something just. There's got to be some sort of mental healing in place that brought this emotional balance. I don't know how else that comes, right? Particularly because it's a major arcana card. This isn't just about emotional balance. This is about a divine thing, right? Like spirit, really, the soul really balancing this out. Some kind of big healing going on, Nikki, if this is the divine feminine Pisces, this which is the Pisces, and with Mawu, the Great Mother, right? The Empress of the major arcana, that role of the wife, the archetypal wife, but who is the equal to the husband, the emperor here, right? All the queens are consolidated in the Empress, all the kings consolidated in the emperor. So it really feels like the soul is saying, you keep going. You are embodying something of, I don't want to say grandiosity, but of grandeur. There's a difference between grandiosity and grandeur. That this is about the grandeur of the divine feminine anchoring in what? Into the body, grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body, because if this divine feminine don't feel safe to be in her body, she's really not going to be able to ground, one would think, the divine energy that she truly is, right? The evolution of the soul. Yeah, well, and there's tricky gnosis there. Looking at this divine masculine, the guide archetype in the shadow, places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. Now, if this is not directly spiritual insight, maybe this might be what they know, right? What they've experienced. They may not let on a lot of the guidance that they get, so that they have this sense of control. Now, what comes to my mind when I think of the major arcana, what's the major arcana card that is about control? And that's the Emperor. So even though that card's not on the table here, we still have an extended to go through. So I want to see how that plays itself out. And what does he want? Oh, in the light, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Saying that it's all divine, right? And there's only one of us. There's one supreme being. You could call it the subatomic particle or the quark or energy, the God, whatever you call it, but that is literally in charge of all of this and giving us sometimes breadcrumbs, sometimes synchronicity, sometimes burning bush level guidance and grace here. So what this divine masculine wants is the Ten of Cups. In this contract with this witch, a guide and a witch together feels like such a beautiful natural couple, but I'm gonna say this is twin flame. This is a knockdown, drag out thing. I'm going to say, for the majority of people who are watching this is not somebody you just met. I just have that feeling. You don't usually want 10 of Cups and mean it, right? And well, unless that's really the intuitive hit. Chances are there's been some tricky here in these two. It's safe to be in my body. There's some element of fear or a sense of unsafety, if that's a word. And what he needs to do this is temperance, element of earth, temperance. Now, like I said, that can be, again, a knockdown, drag-out process, just like when they take these gigantic rusted butcher axes and refine them into things of art, right? You know, that's the process of alchemy. That's the spiritual awakening, the healing process, right? So to go through that, this could take some time. But with the Six of Swords in the mind, he's thinking about reaching out. Now, that's going to play itself out differently depending on when, if, right, and if they make this communication. But I think with the Ten of Cups and Temperance, they're being patient, they're taking their time, but for good reason. Healing purpose better than good reason. And with the Six of Wands, it's underway. That emotional victory is underway. There has to be that balancing of fire, what they want, their element of fire, with their emotions, what they are feeling. And I love that the soul is literally Aphrodite holding the Ace of Cups. You want the Ten of Cups, kid? Really embrace what you're feeling here. Open yourself up to feel this love. Allow this Ace of Cups to guide you through what you have to get through, but you know, it may look like a never-ending obstacle course, labyrinth, maze, you know, game, hero's journey. But the temperance part of it is necessary so that you are what? Strong enough to take that victory into physical form and manifest your Ten of Cups with this divine feminine, which is really leading me to think this is a true love contract. But I guess we'll see what comes up in the extended read, because with the mantra, it is safe to be in my body, the mantra for grounding my energy, we are looking at two people here who are going through quite a bit of internal balancing, right? Victory. There's love here, at least that Ten of Cups, ecstatic love wanted here, and the Ace of Cups here for this divine masculine towards the divine feminine. But this kind of looks like more she's coming into balance to embody the Empress, right? To be unconditional love rather than have unconditional love. Be that. And that does make sense for a witch. Absolutely. And is the guide listening to their guidance that would help them heal what they need to heal? Or are they ignoring it and moving away from that guidance? Well, if they can ground their energy and get that it is safe to be in the body, I think the guidance will be obvious. Holy crap, polies. Yeah, I see myself in this and I think I know who this is. But you know what? This could be so many of the men in my life. It's ridiculous. Oh, just pick a number like it's the deli, guys. Figure it out. Take your hero's journey and catch me outside. I can't believe I just said that. I never say that. Ooh, my guides are having fun with you. So there you have it. My Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Oh, what a pleasure to read for you. May we all be blessed with everything we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to become the best that we can be, right? To be the best witch and or the best guides that we can be to ourselves and in this contract for our healing, our well-being, the well-being of this contract, and for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. I'm going to put up a preview for you. I think it'll come in that way probably. So hang out for that if you like. Again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment. Help me get to my 30 grand so I can do all my membership stuff here. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of mid-September, mid-October in this Twin Flamer. Hope to see you over in Vimeo land. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be. Hey there, my Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Thank you for making the jump over to Vimeo. You know, it was like maybe a hot second in between where I hit stop and hit record on this. I really want to see what's going on here. I mean, I guess when the witch hits the table, regardless of the sign that I'm reading, I sort of have a little bit of a vested interest in my witchy poos. we don't have it the easiest. We never really did. So I'm really looking forward to doing this for you. So let's get into it, right? We've got the witch archetype. Really, I just want to focus on that last card, that card of the soul. The soul really saying there's an empress thing here for you. That there's something here about balancing your fire, your earth, your air, your water, right? All the queens of the court system, the court card system, conglomerated, amalgamated, if you will, make the empress, or if you like, the empress refracts into the 4 elements that way through the queens. So there's something here really, really big for you, and it feels like if there's any kind of karmic nonsense that's been going on, it's being balanced and healed within you emotionally, right? And we've got this divine masculine with the Ace of Cups. I mean, literally. Oh, come on. These are so hard to pick up on this table. We had to go all the way around. It's Aphrodite. It's Aphrodite holding the Ace of Cups saying, here's your quest. Here's your emotion. Here's your new love. And possibly here's your true love. So we will see about that. And remember, grounding my energy. It's safe to be in my body. If you guys are afraid of this, it's not to deny the fear. No, no, no. We're seeing victory over that, right? We're seeing balancing that, healing that here. It's going to take some time, but it's safe to be in my body. In other words, you incarnated to do this. The whole in order for you both to be who you were meant to become in this life. Your lives couldn't happen any other way, and this contract couldn't happen any other way, and that's across the board for all of us. Let's ask the angels. Healing with the Angels Oracle. What is the healing angel that either one of you can call upon? If you like, you can see it as it's the angel that's been assigned to the twin flame contract. Take a nice deep breath. I feel you. My angels and my archangels, that felt lovely. I hear you. Please, one card in clarity. It just said, slow it down, kid. I'm like, I know. I'm really feeling there's such a, this was like that reading that had the mystic in it. Who had the mystic? The Capricorn had the mystic in it. Oh, as did the Libra. It's that same sort of feeling. So please, one card in clarity. What is the angel that this divine feminine witch and this divine masculine guide can call upon individually to help them heal in this Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract mid-September, mid-October 2020, or timeless emerging? There are things that are hidden here that are coming out. Now, these might be coming out from within yourself. Like the Empress giving birth. I mean, you may not be able to see it in the card, but she's literally giving birth. There's a baby coming out of her. There she is, literally giving birth on the back of an elephant. And of course, with this Ace of Cups, come on, Aphrodite, please. Thank you. Can you get that? It's like the soul is saying, here comes, right from spirit. Here is this beginning of love, this opportunity to take that. So you can feel, what would the angel of emerging do? What, pull you out of something? No. Help clear the path, right? All right. I learned this originally from Marianne Williamson. She said, in an egg, a fertilized egg with a chick inside, the chick has everything they need inside that eggshell up to a certain point. And then a gas is released, it becomes toxic, poisonous, and the chick literally has to chip its way out to live, right? So it has to be born in order to live. That's emerging, right? It's like, almost like I want to say you guys have been still maybe perhaps in the crucible, still in that healing, still in that personal twin flame aspect of this contract. If it is true love, we'll find out. I'm hearing loud and clear, there's more here than meets the eye, duh. But that more will be emerging, that and from within yourself, particularly this divine masculine, there's going to be guidance emerging in them, and of course wisdom emerging from this divine feminine. But I feel like the gods are directly involved in this. Now maybe the gods are directly involved in all of our relationships. This one feels, it's Pisces, feels different. A witch and a guide, you know what I'm saying? All right, the next deck that we are looking at here, we are working with the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. We'll start with this one. I divided it in half. Half of the cards are the suit of the problem. I sorted them out. The other 3 remaining suits are the suit of luck, healing, and wisdom. So you can think of this as the problem and the possible solution or healing element, right? from the Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contracts. Now, when I say soulmate contracts, a Twin Flame department, division, branch, bureau, I know it's very Umbrella Academy. Let's see what they have to say. Take a nice deep breath.